What is Atsain? The Atsain Fund has been created by Anthem to address barriers to music for young people in Wales, as well as supporting a practice network which will enable knowledge sharing and foster collaboration. Our current priority areas for funding are early years, disabled young people. Projects we will look to fund may include development of new practice, exploration of instruments for disabled musicians, and the development of progression routes across the age groups. Young people engaging in music experiencing barriers through life circumstances, geographical issues, identity, background or language. Key issues faced by young people might include lack of networks, lack of resources, economic deprivation, rural isolation, access for young people from Black, Asian, ethnically diverse backgrounds, access for young people in the care system, access for young people with a refugee or migrant status. Are we eligible for funding? To be eligible for funding, your organisation must have one of the following governance structures and governing documents: charity, CIC, CIO, partnership, company limited by guarantee. Have a UK bank account and be able to provide a set of accounts. Have relevant safeguarding and child protection policies and procedures in place. To be working in Wales. What do we not fund? Educational institutions, schools and colleges. Individual tuition fees for instrument lessons. The purchase of instruments or equipment except as a part of a larger based activity project. Music curriculum activities to support GCSE or A-level qualifications. Organisations who are currently being or have recently been funded by the Youth Music Incubator or Recharge funds. Please talk to us before applying if you have recently received youth music funding. Work delivered outside of Wales. What are the criteria for funding? We are looking to fund projects that will 1. Have identified gaps and challenges for young people in the ways they can access music. 2. Are working to break down these barriers. Your project will offer a music-related programme for children or young people facing barriers in Wales. Meet one or more of Anthem's priority areas: early years, disabled young people engaging in music, experiencing barriers through life circumstances, geographical issues, identity, background or language. Include an evaluation plan to reflect on the project's outcomes. Work in partnership with other key organisations. Types of partnerships that we would particularly look to fund include inter-sector partnerships, working between, for example, youth organisations and music organisations. Include a strong youth voice element as part of the project. Youth voice is when young people influence how a project is run. For example, making decisions, shaping sessions, or undertaking leadership roles. For guidance and examples of best practice in developing strong youth voice, visit Youth Music's Share the Mic resources, which can be found on its website. How long can our project last? Atsain will fund projects lasting between 6 and 24 months. Please note, the project start date must be at least 12 weeks after the fund window deadline and within a year of receiving a grant offer from us. How much can we apply for? Organisations will be able to apply for up to £10,000, but we expect most awards to be between £2,000 and £8,000. We ask organisations to show cash or in-kind match funding of at least 10% in place, or to show strong evidence of partnership working in the project. How do I apply for funds? Applying to Atsain is a one-stage process. The steps in the application process are as follows. Submit your application form, budget and supporting documents online via our grants portal by 5 p.m. on the deadline date. Our application form contains a range of questions which need to be completed, but you will also be asked to submit a Word document no longer than 3 sides of A4, which will lay out the answers to the key questions. This information can also be submitted in video, PowerPoint or audio format. You will also need to submit a budget and various supporting documents which can only be submitted in written form. 2. Your application form is assessed by our panel and a decision is made about whether or not it is awarded funding. 3. We will send you an email to notify you of the decision. If you are unsuccessful, this includes feedback on your application. If you are successful, this will outline your next steps about how to accept your grant and receive your first payment. How are projects assessed? The Atsain Fund is extremely competitive. In spring 2022, we funded around 1/3 of organisations which applied to us. Our assessment panel will make a decision based on how great the need is for the work and how successfully they feel the project will tackle specific barriers to music for young people. We aim to fund as diverse a range of organisations as possible in order to address all of the different barriers to music faced by young people. We consider location, size, language, genre and target audiences in order to achieve a balanced portfolio of funded organisations.